This is a very spontaneous video, but I am wanting to do this. I'm wanting to do this. The video, I wasn't sure about, but I'm recording it anyway, just to see what happens. So I recently went to a Barnes & Noble and started reading Emily Henry's People We Meet on Vacation. I've never read Emily Henry before. I liked it. I read the prologue and I'm intrigued. I like her writing style. It's pretty cute. But I also know, because I have Spotify Premium, not sponsored by the way, that'd be freaking cool, but I'm not sponsored. They have audiobooks on there. I don't know if anybody else, I might also be dating myself, but I don't know if anybody else remembers one of those read-along book things that I think Disney had, where you would have the book and then also, yeah, I'm dating myself for sure, the cassette tape or the CD that went along with it, like pre-audiobooks for children. There was a kid's book and then there was the audio, like somebody reading it to you. I wanted to try that to see how much more I would get from reading if I read it with my eyes and with my ears. I'm giving myself less than 45 minutes to read as much as I can for today. I have an improv show tonight and I just got out of work a little over an hour ago. So this would be a good time to start this reading vlog journey thing. I hope I like it. I hope I like her books. So I'm gonna turn this fan back on, start listening. I've already read the prologue, but I'm gonna listen to it again because I'm starting over. Let's freaking go.
On vacation, you can be anyone you want. Like a good book or an incredible outfit, being on vacation transports you into another version of yourself.
Don't mind me, I just had to get going in a little bit and I'm just getting ready for my improv show. I just got through chapter 1 and I wanted to point something out and read a little part. The books that I've been reading have kind of been reflecting on my life. Art imitates life and vice versa and things. For example, I just finished reading Abby Jimenez's new book just for the summer and that hits really close to home. I also just watched Megan Mattoon's new video, What to Do When You Lose Yourself. This book kind of said what she says in her video. Anyway, Rachel continues, she told me that sometimes when you lose your happiness, it's best to look for it the same way you'd look for anything else. By groaning and hurling couch cushions around, I guess. By retracing your steps, Rachel says. So Poppy, all you have to do is think back and ask yourself, when was the last time you were truly happy? That was a reassurance to me that I might be lost. No, I'm just kidding. I might be lost and I need to find myself by retracing my steps. This is going to be an interesting journey for me and the book and the characters in it. I like Alex and Poppy's friendship. I hope they stay platonic friends. The people who have read this book are going to have comments and I'm here for it. But also, whatever happens, happens. I'm putting it in the hands of Emily Henry, the author. Anyway, right now I have to get going and get ready for my show. So I'll see you guys later. Top of the morning. I'm wearing the same shirt because I want to. I work in a few hours from now, but I wanted to get some reading in. I wanted to read this a little bit last night, but I remembered that I'm also listening to the audiobook. And if I did that, I would have either one, stayed awake a little bit too long, or two, fallen asleep on one of them, and I didn't want to mess that up. For those of you who don't know, I work 2 jobs currently, and at one of my jobs, it can get a little chill at some points, so I like to bring a book there. And I don't like reading multiple books at the same time because it jumbles things up in my brain. So I can't bring this to my job because I'm also listening to the audiobook at the same time, and I can't listen to the audiobook while I'm reading at this job. Yeah, I'm only in chapter 1. I also didn't use dry shampoo in my hair last night, so it looks like I have Lego hair. I'm gonna give myself a couple of hours to get through as much of this as I can. Progress is progress, and not everybody has time to read 3 books in a day. I just started watching a video and I have to like pause that to read. I do have a couple days off next week where I can probably just binge as much as I can, but I also want to do other things. Maybe this will help me with time management. I don't know if the lighting here is terrible or not, but I've been listening to it. Oh, my words are terrible. I've been listening to it on 1.5 speed. Hopefully it helps me get through it faster and helps me just like stay more engaged. So I got to the start of chapter 8, 68 pages in, and there are almost 400, so not even close to being halfway through this book. But it's getting exciting. So the premise is these two best friends would go on yearly summer trips together since their first trip going back home together for the summer of their first year of college. And they haven't talked or seen each other in 2 years. So now they're reconnecting, they're rekindling for a wedding. I'm invested. I'm intrigued. I can't bring this to work, which is really unfortunate because I want to read this at work. Okay, Emily Henry stands. I understand you now. We'll see what happens after chapter 7. Good evening. It's Sunday. It's been a busy weekend at one of my jobs. I've been chilling, but now I'm gonna make myself read and listen to more of his book. I got my beverage. Did you get yours? Are we cheersing? Clink. We're only in chapter 8, and there are a total of 36 chapters and an epilogue and ending credits. And I'm gonna listen to all of it like a friggin' album. Hi, I took a little bit of a break because apparently it takes a lot of concentration for me to listen and read at the same time. And I'm a multitasker at heart. And if I'm listening to something, I want to be doing something else. And if I'm reading, then I'm also reading at work. Is anybody else like that? I got to chapter 13. Not very far, but still, I got into the teens. Observations. Hopefully they're not spoilers. Is Poppy ace? Because some of that stuff was really relatable. Are there unresolved romantic feelings going on? I don't want that. I already said that, 2 days ago when I started reading this? No. I love platonic friendships. Literally says contemporary romance in the back. Oh my god. This is a friends to lovers. Dang it! Good night if I don't see you later. Hola. Good evening. Okay, for whatever reason, the first thing that came to my head was Marcelo Hernandez's stand-up bit where he's talking about taking a Spanish class at his university. Everyone there is really white, and his teacher went, "Hola, estudiantes." I think he's so funny. Today has been a long day. I had work today, and then I had a dance class. Just got out of the shower. Am I in the same shirt and same position in my room that I was in the last clip? It is what it is. I'm not like professional or whatever. I like to wear the same shirt. I'm finding it a little bit difficult to read the book, the physical copy of the book, and listen to the audiobook because I'm noticing this. I read faster than the audiobook reader. I skip over punctuations. Like, I get it. There's commas, there's quotation marks and all that jazz, but like, it's not a problem. It's just me. So as I let my hair air dry, I'm gonna read and listen to more. I'm going into chapter 15. I don't know if I necessarily love the back and forth between the flashbacks and the present days. Are the summers going in reverse in flashback order? Because the first one was the very first time they met, right? And then it was 10 summers ago and 9 summers ago. So I think it's kind of doing like a last 5 years thing where it's kind of going backwards and it's in the present day, which is really interesting to read. First of all, Miss Emily Henry, she loves her dialogues, doesn't she? Because there is a lot of dialogue in here, but it's good dialogue, and I love their witty banter. Obviously, time has passed. They've grown as individuals. There's all the tension and awkwardness of whatever's being unspoken currently, but then they fall right back into how they were and their inside jokes from years prior. I can't talk, I'm really tired. I think that really helps establish them as characters and also just their relationship. I don't know, I think it's getting a little bit weird for me now. Weird in the sense that they're probably gonna fall in love. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking now. I'm gonna read this until I fall asleep, and then I have a day off tomorrow. I will probably read more then, but I also have things to do. I don't know, we'll see. We'll find out what tomorrow brings tomorrow. This is probably a terrible angle. I can turn off my fan now because I have the AC running. First time this year. It's a laundry day today. I wanted to finish editing another video, and I also wanted to get some chapters read. This noise, it's just very exciting right now, okay? As was predicted, I fell asleep reading. The audiobook kept playing and I had the book open and it was not aligned, and I freaked out for a hot second at like 1 a.m. I fell asleep in chapter 19. I think I fell asleep in chapter 18 actually, and woke up to chapter 19. And I think I'm halfway. Hold on, let me check. There's my bookmark. I don't even know if you can see it. I don't know how this lighting is gonna look, but you're on my dresser. And sometimes I sit on this. It's at like waist level. This is where the bookmark is, and it looks like halfway. Ooh, it focused. They both talked about being in different relationships at this point. I'm going to chapter 20. I know it was only one chapter, but I've been thinking about this for a second. They've been talking about, you know, their other relationships and how the friendship has altered in said relationships. I think they're falling in love, unfortunately, for me. But also, I don't know, like, I just want guys and girls to be friends, you know what I mean? That's not what this is about, is it? I think when you are friends with a straight guy as a straight girl, you kind of do tend to think, what if this isn't just, you know, friendly ha-has? What if it's like, haha, I think I'm falling in love with you? I don't know. I also think she's ace, but it's also kind of funny that both of their significant others throughout their friendship, I think, because people can tell, you know, there's that little instinct from other people that maybe you don't feel you see necessarily, but it's there. They're pointing it out. Oh, you can't even see. Okay, chapter 23. I see you. It's getting good. It's getting good. The fact that it was an absolute callback, that's good. That's good, Emily. Your brain. Short, sweet, simple. That's all you needed to know. And then there's chapter 24. Okay, so I know this whole time I've been fighting it, but that was good. I'm rooting for them now. I think it's because we don't know what he's thinking the entire time. I kind of like that though, because for a lot of people, all you get is just the one side. And that's it until something happens. I love the last, like, phrase. It almost feels like an English grammar exercise, but it's also really good because it's in the context of like a story. This wasn't supposed to happen. I think foggily then and more loudly, this had to happen. This has to happen. This is happening. She did that. She put an English exercise in her book and made it work and made us feel things. Anyway, I gotta finish up my laundry, so I'll be back. All right, everyone, I'm back in my usual, I guess, for this video. This is just where I'm gonna live. It's 9 p.m. It was a productive day, and then I got lazy for a while, and then I got reproductive. That sounds weird. I was productive, and then I got lazy, and then I made myself productive again. So I forget that these things happen when I do audiobooks. I read ahead a little bit, okay? I read ahead a little bit because I wanted to see how many pages there were in chapter 26, and I was like, it's short. And then I read some words, and I thought, oh no, I can't have this blasting from my phone like that. My parents are out there. I had the same feeling that I got, like a deja vu moment, when I first listened to The Bride Test by Helen Huang. It was during the pandemic. I was doing Postmates and Uber Eats. That part came on and I thought, oh, the phone's gonna hear this. But nonetheless, it's the book. Good morning, everyone. Today is the day. It's gonna be the day that I finish People We Meet on Vacation. I was actually listening and reading this a little bit last night, and I got to chapter 33. And oh boy, so much happened. Because I think I have like 50 pages left, and it's at that like third act climax. Don't mind me. I don't think I've been wearing pants for much of this video, but it's because I've been staying home and I want to get out today. So this will be really interesting to finish in public. I feel like it's gonna hurt my feelings in a really good way. I really hope, okay, so this is before I even get into like the actual finale. I really hope that it's not just like, everything's fine within 50 pages. Like, we just need to wrap it up. You know what I mean? I don't want like, we just need to, come on, just end it. I think this is in Greek theater. Oh my God, here comes another side of my nerdiness. I think it's in Greek theater where it's called like Deus Machina. I'm gonna write it here somewhere. Where it's like the most bizarre things happen in the play, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh no, how are they gonna wrap up this play? And that's like an act of God. It was so realistic up until then, and I want to see how this actually plays out. Don't let it be like, it's just because I love you, because that's essentials. We are here at the non-disclosed location. I listened to this Evan Sean show. I used to go to this acai place when I was in college. It was a little out of my budget, but their stuff is good. And now that I have more money than I did in college, I'm gonna get some food and finish my book there. Finished it as I was eating a big acai bowl. I forgot how huge it was. So a few thoughts. It didn't feel that rushed. The last 2 books I read, the conclusions came from people being in therapy, and having been in therapy myself, that makes a lot of sense. Therapy really like pushes you to like be yourself and be authentic and be vulnerable and heal in a really good, healthy way. One of the things I was thinking about is something that I'm sure a few of us have heard from probably one of the greatest poets of our time, Miley Cyrus, as Hannah Montana. She once sang, "You can change your hair, you can change your clothes, you can change your mind, that's just the way it goes. You can say goodbye and you can say hello, but you'll always find your way back home." What's meant to be will be. You can try to escape it as much as you want. Life is not gonna let you, because you'll feel it on your insides. Also, I really like, for some reason, the way she was at work was, you know, greatly affected by how her personal and love life is going, because I feel like, for me at least, the way that one part of my life is going affects the rest of my life and every other aspect. It like trickles into everything else. Kept reading, first of all. I read past the epilogue. Emily Henry is talking about what inspired her to write this book, but it sounds like she took a lot of inspiration from like 80s, 90s rom-coms, more specifically When Harry Met Sally and You've Got Mail, I think, question mark. Honestly, I understand that, because I started reading this and I was like, great, they're just gonna stay friends and that's it, right? They're not gonna fall in love. It doesn't make sense for them to fall in love. It's just the most unexpected people that it happens to. You're like, no, this isn't gonna happen. This ain't it. And then, you know, life and the universe is like, actually, no, you're meant to be together for the rest of your lives. A lot of people have been talking about her dialogue. I agree. The banter is there. The dialogue is very well done. I like When Harry Met Sally. What do you recommend? There you go. Recommend me an Emily Henry book to read next. Yeah, this was really fun. I enjoy vlogging. I enjoy doing like a day in my life, a week in my life thing. I think I read this in less than a week. Proud of myself. Let me know if you've read this, or what's the UK version called? You and Me on Vacation. I get that. Let me know if you want more of these, because I'd be super down. And what I should read next. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I'll see you in the next video, whatever it is. Goodbye.